when you want to find the GCF of things that have X in it, you're still going to go through the similar processes if you just have regular numbers. You want to find the prime factorization of each one. You want to find that. So first, we're going to start with the 30. So we're going to look at just the numbers first, then we'll write that out. So we're going to do 30, and then 30 is 3 times 10. And then 10 breaks down into 2 times 5. Let's do that for 130. 130 will be 10 and 13. And then 10 is going to be 2 and 5. Then we have 60. 60 would be a 6 and a 10. The 6 breaks down into 2 times 3, and the 10 is going to be 2 times 5. So that would be all three of those. Now we also have the x's that are here. So when we write this out, if you have 30x to the fourth, okay, we're going to do 2 times 3 times 5. But then I'm going to write out x this way. So instead of writing it with an exponent, I'll just write it out like that. I'll do the same thing for the other one. So 130x to the sixth. So I can do equals on these. So equals 2 times 5 times 13. So 2 times 5 times 13. And again, I'm going to write out the x's like this. So I'm going to write it out 6 times. Then I have 60x to the ninth. Okay, so that's going to be, so for this, I've got 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, writing that in order. And then I have 9 x's. Okay, so there's nine x's. Okay, so we want to see which one matches out of all these. Okay, now these numbers, what I have is the ones that match are just going to actually be 2 and 5 for each of these. So I know for the GCF, we know that 2 times 5 is part of it. So I know that the GCF is 10 for the number part. Now, this is not the whole answer. I want to take a look at the x's. Now, the x's here, I've got 4 x's there. I have 4 x's here. I have 4 x's right there. So the most that I could have here would be the smallest number for x. So for other problems that you see, you don't have to necessarily write out all the x's. I wanted to show you that just so you can see that when you have the GCF with x raised to different powers, the most you're going to be able to do would be the x with the smallest power. So for this problem, the GCF is going to be 10x to the fourth power. So now let's take a look at the other one down here. Okay, so this one has 4 terms that are in it. Now, if I take a look at each of these, I can still do the same factor tree as before. And so this is going to be the 6 and 10, 2 and 3, and 2 and 5 we have for that one. For 30, we have 3 and 10 or 2 and 5 there. For 80, 80 is going to be 8 and 10, 2 and 4, 2 and 5, and then this is going to be 2 and 2 down there. And then we have 70, which is 7 times 10 or 7, a 2, and a 5. All right, so now if we write each of these out, so 60 AB to the third, okay, that's going to be 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, and I have an A, and then I have 3 B's here. Next, for the 30, I have a negative 30. A is going to be 2 times 3 times 5 times an A. And that would be it. Of course, there's a negative in there as well. So we can put the negative really anywhere. Any of these could be multiplied by a negative. Next, I have an 80. Okay, so 80B. Okay, that's going to be 4 2s and a 5 and a B. And then I have another negative 70 AB. Okay, so again, I have another negative out front, and negative can really go in front of any of these factors. Okay, so I have a 2, a 5, and a 7, and an A and a B. All right, so I want to find the GCF. So GCF here, okay, is, and so I've got, all right, so if I look at all these different factors, the only one that matches all of them is going to be a 2 and a 5. So particularly positive 2 and positive 5, since I don't have negatives in every single term. So just a positive 2, positive 5. So I know that 10 is part of it again for this one. Now, what about the A's and B's? I got to see something that's in all 4 of them at once. So I have a couple A's up here and an A there, but there's no A in the third one. I have a bunch of B's that only appear in the first one and the last 2. So actually, the GCF is just going to be 10 in this case. The letters are not going to be included for part of that. And that's because they don't appear in all 4 terms.